Hey YouTube! Welcome to my observations of shooting with the GH5 after 2 weeks. Disclaimer, I'm not sorry that I left Sony at all. Loving the GH5, it's a beast of a camera. Let's get right into it, okay? Number one, autofocus, no issues at all. Lock onto my subject before I start shooting, get everything planned, my exposure, everything locked in, my scenery, my background. I like what I see, I push record, and I'm good to go. I have no issues with autofocus, and that's saying something because I'm leaving the A63 and A6500, and they had great autofocus. I've had no issues with the autofocus on the GH5 at all. It's been great for me. Number two, I love Vlog. It's so much easier for me to work with than S-Log. And if you're on the fence about it, trust me, you will be happy if you make the jump. Vlog is so much easier to expose and work with. Here's a little secret about shooting in Vlog. It's a little bit different than going from 0 to 100. Instead of going to 0, you're gonna have to go to 7. So what that means is at 7, you're gonna lose your lows, your shadows. You're gonna crush your darks at 7. And instead of going to 100, you're gonna go to 80. At 80, you are going to lose your whites, clip your highlights. So you want to expose between 7 and 80. If you're shooting for skin tones, you want to set your zebras to about 55%, and you're gonna be good to go. And if you're exposing with a gray card, you wanna make sure your gray card, turn your zebras to about 40% and measure that. Anywhere from 40 to 42 on a gray card, you're gonna be golden. Exposing Vlog is so much easier to work with, and I really am enjoying it. Number 3, white balance on this camera. I like it better. It's easier to work with, and it has a lot more customizable settings. So if you know you're gonna be shooting a lot of the same scenes over and over again, or having very similar lighting, go into your white balance settings on this camera, save your settings, and just recall them when you're ready to go. So do some research and just save your white balance settings in advance. You can also dial in your Kelvin very easy on this camera a lot if you have a lot of variable lighting situations. No problems at all with the white balance, I love it. Number 4, color correction with the GH5 is awesome. The 422 10-bit guys, it's awesome. Can't say enough about it. If you're a color grading enthusiast, you are going to love working with this. There's so much more you can do without your footage falling apart, especially in log. I would find that when I was shooting in S-Log at 8-bit, I would get banding and my colors would fall apart really easy. With Vlog and 10-bit, oh my gosh, it is so much fun to color grade. And let's see, number 5, lens selection. That's been a little bit of a thorn in my side, as the saying goes, because I ordered the 12 to 35 version 2, the 2.8 from Panasonic. And this camera lens is awesome. I've had no problems with it, but when I listened to everyone else about their lens selection, it really made me second guess, and here's my conclusion. This lens is great. It's sharp, it's got great color rendition, there's nothing cheap about this lens at all. And I think every camera should have one good go-to native lens that you shoot with. So for the next 3 to 5 months, I'm gonna master shooting with this lens. It's plenty fast at 2.8. I have no issues with it at all. I still get great depth of field. I'm probably going to shoot with it for about 5 months, and then when I'm ready to dive into focusing purely in manual only, I'm probably going to go for the Sigma 18 to 35 or the Voigtlander 17.5mm. Both really good lenses from what I have seen, but for right now I'm going to master this lens. Make the lens you have work with. Don't stress out about lens selection. Master what you have, then add to it. That's what I'm going to do. And I've got this camera's, the lens itself is great for stills as well. I have some other ones that I shoot stills with. I have a great Helios 44-2 vintage Russian lens, and I have a great Super Takumar 35mm lens. I just got a M4.2 to M micro 4/3 adapter, and they both work great. So taking stills on this is wonderful as well. But those are a few of my limited observations after shooting for 2 weeks. Right now, I'm going to show you some cinematic clips that I shot yesterday with our new puppy Bear in the backyard on a rare spring-like day in February. So, hope you're liking the videos. Look forward to making some more. 2018 is going to be a great year. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And right now, let's roll that footage.